So it's been a while since I've given any sort of update on myself, my health, where I'm at, creative journey, life, all that jazz. So I wanted to make a quick little here's where I'm at video. So first off, my health. It's rough. um, I am dealing with a lot of symptoms, and my migraines have picked up. The dizziness is still here. My whole life has become taking everything day by day. I am getting tests done, mainly hormonal tests are the next ones. Getting ultrasound to make sure everything's okay with my uterus and all that. And just trying to figure out what's wrong. I'm taking these vitamins, and then I had like 3 migraines 3 days in a row that lasted like all day. So I'm not taking them today and seeing how that goes. Yeah, it's a lot of up and down, back and forth, feeling just frustrated and depressed because it is very frustrating to be sick all the time. It's also, impacting the art I make. I can't really record music or make a beat or even paint with a migraine, especially because I get the kind where I get fractals all throughout my vision and can't see half of everything. So it's very hard to do things most of the time. So, I'm doing my best though, and anytime I do feel good, I try to work on painting. I'm working on a children's comic book called Potato Planet, a story I've been kind of making for a while. I'm working on a short story about demons and supernatural stuff. I'm working on a little boo-boo painting, if you will. It's a Cthulhu little boo-boo. So I'm still doing what I can when I feel good. I'm working on the Meowing Gods, which is the band I have with my cats. And that album's pretty much done. I'm going through and kind of cleaning up things, making sure it's all good. And then I'll be figuring out a release date for that. The album will be called Meow, of course. Duh. So, I'm working on that. I've started slowly sort of working on my next big album. And I'm kind of planning an EP as well. But those I'm kind of just taking slow, letting those come as they may. And then I'm just creating. I've taken a break from like embroidery and stuff, mainly for my fingers and hands, but also because I've just been really inspired to paint, because I didn't paint for a while. And so yeah. I wanted to also sort of touch on something I've been wanting to talk about for a while now: the spiritual unicorn. I did a podcast a few years ago now. I started one by myself where I just talked about spiritual stuff that I believed in and all this stuff. I stopped doing it because of time. And I had always planned to go back to it, but now I'll probably never go back to it, in all honesty. I do not believe the same things I used to believe. I'm not as spiritual in certain ways that I used to be. All spiritual stuff that I do still keep in my life is very personal, and I keep very private. And that is for my own sanity and mental health. And in the end, I've just decided that after some experiences I've had with some other people, it is best for me to keep it as a tool toward healing and mental health. So you'll never see Spiritual Unicorn again. I'll probably never talk about my spirituality. Probably will never do tarot readings publicly or for other people ever again. These are just things that I've had a lot of shifts, and I don't believe in certain things, and I want to keep just moving forward and keeping that part of me sacred and personal to my experience. So yeah, I think that's really all I wanted to say. I wanted to just give an update on where I'm at and what my plans are for the future. Right now I'm just working, making art, and enjoying life as much as I can when I feel good. Sometimes I even have to live life when I don't feel good and just kind of move through it. But hopefully at some point things will start getting better again, and we'll find something that stops the migraines and the dizziness and the hot flashes and the feeling like I'm gonna faint and all of these things that continue to just get worse. But you know, I'm a believer that sometimes it's gotta get worse before it can get better. So maybe it's just that. I don't know. So yeah, if you're interested, that's me. That's where I'm at. Thank you for watching. For now, I'm just gonna continue to make art. I don't know when I'll make another update video like this. I'm not always very comfortable sitting in front of the camera and just talking about myself. I think at one point in my life that was something I wanted to get good at and kind of enjoyed. But my goals and aspirations and perspective of life has just very much shifted. I don't care so much for large amounts of attention. I don't want to be a big famous rock star anymore. I don't want a giant record deal and to go on concert tours anymore. That's just not something, that's an old goal that was built on old traumas and survival state that I was in. Now I just want to do good at my job, to be present and in my relationships, and to make art. Mainly I want to live by what my grandma's advice, which is, you know, keep helping people, keep singing. And so that's my plan. I'm just gonna keep singing. I'll always sing. I'll always share my music. I believe that if you make art, you should put it out there, because you never know who it's going to inspire and who it's going to connect to. And I think that's important, because that makes more art. And art, I think, really helps us helps the world go round. It's what, you know, resistance is built on. It gives everyone hope, and I think we need that right now. So I'm gonna keep sharing my art, keep making my art. I hope y'all keep making your art and sharing your art, and I'll check in probably in a few months to a year or two. But for now, that's where I'm at. And yeah, enjoy the art.